y'all to let me know if y'all can hear me first and foremost. That's the first thing I want to do with. But hey, welcome to the show. It is me, your girl Laborly, aka Catley, and you have now tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast. Yes, you've tuned into Ambitiously the podcast. What you need to know about this show, sometimes we go through some technical difficulties. That's why I asked y'all to let me know if you can hear me immediately, so that I can deal with those technical difficulties immediately. But some things are out of my control, and I try my best to get it together. But it is what it is. But you have tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast. Yeah, you have. Tonight, this evening, though, we have to have a conversation. Well, first, let's start with this today. I don't know. I think that's growing on me a little bit. But tonight we get into the wiretap. Tonight we have a conversation that's long awaited. No audio still. Are you serious? Okay. All right. Let me fix this. I don't know. It's something going on there, but I'll fix it later. We're gonna do this right now. Papa, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm really, really low. Listen, I'm trying to fix these things. Okay. So I'm really, really low. You can't hear me. You can hear me now. Let me know because I need to, before I even get into these things, I need to know if you can hear me. I don't want to be talking and then y'all be like, what? And she just talking and all you see is my mouth moving but no noise. All right, I'm gonna wait for the doctor to let me know what's the deal. Okay. So I started this off with saying, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. It is me, your girl, the boy, aka Cat Lee. And normally, okay, good. Normally you would hear some audio. There's some things that need to be fixed in here, I promise you. But nonetheless, today, because I know what I'm about to do, though. I figured it out. Today, like I've already said, is the wiretap. Today is the day that we're going to get into a conversation. I've been holding off on this conversation. Also, we've been dealing with the Big U case, so I didn't want to jump off of that immediately and jump onto this. But we have to cover it because we've been talking about it for a while now. Like a while. Like even before there was an indictment, we were talking about it civilly. Um, then we got the indictment and we were invested in that way. And now we are here. We are at trial. And I promise you, this is sad, but I promise you at this point, I really feel like they're going to throw this dude under the prison. I promise you. That's how I feel right now. But there's some things we need to tackle, have a conversation about. And so we're going to have a conversation about it because it's very necessary. I'm so weirded out about what's going on here with my PA, but we're going to figure that out. We're going to have to figure that out because I don't like it. All right, so there are a couple of things. We are going to follow this case from the Rudy to the Tootie. I did not want to just jump in because I already knew it was a sticky situation when it came to this case. But there are some things that I want to conversate about. Now, I had a document, but I took it down um, because it wasn't the right document that I was looking for. So I took it down. It's no longer on the app. But we're going to get into it. So, the case that we're talking about right now is this DIDDLER case. No, Cubic and Jr. did not show up in the case thus far. But let's get into it. So, um, there's some things that the jury has been privy to that we are not privy to. Will we be privy to it after this case is over? Absolutely, because it's our constitutional right to know. But there was graphic surveillance footage that was shown to the jury of the altercation. What? Of the altercation between Cassie and Diddy, which we've seen that already. Like we've all seen it. We've all seen it. But the extended version has been made available. Combs has pled not guilty to the charges that include racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in the oldest profession in the game. Um, and if convicted of all counts, he could face up to life in prison, which is a very long time. A very, very long time. Doc, where you at, babe? I need you in here on this one. So that's that. So what we know is that Cassie is already taking a stand, which I knew that was gonna happen early. What I did not know is that she was pregnant, but I knew they was gonna try to get her in early. And the reason being is because it's a strategy to this court. Even when it comes to court, it's chestnut checkers, right? So you have to strategize properly in order to. Did you get the invite? Hold on, I can send it to you real quick, but just in case you didn't get it. But it's chestnut checkers. So as hold on, if I was an attorney, I would have put her on early as well. Why? Because everybody at this standpoint is focusing on her. And this case is not about her. This case is about the things that he has done over the years. But the focal point is going to be her. It's going to be, um, and so you kind of want to you kind of want to shy away from that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want the whole case to be, oh, Cassie, 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 Cassie. You want to talk about the things that he actually did. Hold on, I'm sending this through because my baby Doc is not on the screen and I don't know why. But you don't want the case to be Cassie, 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 Cassie. So what they did is what I thought they were gonna do, which is put her on the stand early, so that oh shit, sorry, the case will not be centered solely on her. The reason why you okay, I see you. Never mind, I was getting ready to say something. I see, but you don't want it to be solely focused on her. It's some things I didn't say too, Doc. Listen, this case got me so embedded that I forgot to say the things that I'm supposed to say. But let me say these things real quick, and then I'm gonna bring you in. This case is crazy, yo. This is when I say this is the trial of the century. This is the trial of the century. It's definitely the trial of the century. so many twists and turns, and uh, I got so ready to talk about this trial that I forgot to say a few things. So let me say them real quick. Join the conversation. You can do that by dropping a comment. You can call in or you can text. If you call in and you text, the number is 443-551-5963. 443-551-5963. Um, if you call in, you'll be live on air. Well, I don't know because it's weird stuff going on right now. But if you text, I'll read your text message out loud. If you drop a comment, it'll be on the screen and I will read that out loud as well. If you want to talk to us about anything, contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com. www.ambitiouslyent.com. And from there, you can join our coffee community. And I'm going to tell you why I want you to do that a little later. But we're going to get to it later on. Remember, like, share, subscribe to this podcast. We need every like, every share, every subscription we can get. We do. We need them, and we love them, and we want more of them. We do. Much love to DJ Rukazy. Let us know how you feel about our fire mixes. We'll get back into all of that at the end of this segment. But let me bring my baby Dot in here real quick. I got so caught up. Okay, good. I got so caught up that I didn't even say the things that I needed to say. But hi Doc, baby.
What's up, Cat?
I just started talking about this case automatically because we're like the third week now, and there's so many twists and turns that have come up and presented themselves, and I don't know how to feel. What I do feel, well, I don't know how to feel about the behavior that has been represented to, you know what I mean, has been presented to us. But what I know for certain is three people have corroborated the car bombing situation. And not only did they corroborate the car bombing situation with Kid Cudi, they also corroborated that this nigga broke into this nigga house. That's two charges in itself.
That is wild.
Three people said it. And the
Yeah.
three people that said it was Cassie, which you could be like, I don't know, because she got something to gain. She don't really, at this point, she already gained what she was gonna gain, which was that settlement. She don't have nothing else. And by the way, she had her son. She is no longer pregnant. She had
Congratulations to
her.
her.
Congratulations to Casey. Listen, so she had her baby, but so, or actually, four people corroborated this story. But I'm gonna get into it. So you got Cassie. Everybody got something to say about Cassie. Why she stay? Why don't she go? Ah, you don't shut up. You never. If you never been in that situation, you would never understand. Kid Cudi. It was his car, in his house. Why would he need to lie about that? Um, and he never called the cops. So all that snitch theory is out the window. He didn't call the cop, but yes, he is on the stand right now because he's been subpoenaed to be in court right now. And if you receive the subpoena, then you better bring your behind to the courtroom. Um, we got Capricorn. I believe her last name is Clark. Capricorn Clark, who actually served as Diddy's assistant. Not only did she actually serve as Diddy's assistant, but for a time period, she was Cassie's handler, so to speak. Because he was like, you can't have these conversations with this dude on that phone. That's a bad boy phone. That nigga check all the. You need to burn the phone. She corroborated the stories about Kid Cudi, the burglary. I mean, well, the breaking and entering, and the explosion that happened to his vehicle. Um, and then today, like this week, entered the celebrity stylist.
Hmm.
Um, and he came in this week and he corroborated. So that's four people that corroborated this one particular story about Cassie and Kid Cudi, among other stories. The Shmugs, the Narcotics, the
Everything.
Smacks, the Workers, all of these, it's been corroborated. But if like, and I think they've proven thus far their racketeering theory because he had multiple intricate pieces, like they did with R. Kelly. He had multiple people. Like it takes more than one person to make these type of things happen.
Yeah. Down to a bodyguard, an assistant, a driver. And those are
Even the
things, in my opinion,
location.
that if you're in that position and your life is ran that way, these people are fully aware of what's going on because there's no way they don't know what's happening because they were involved in. If you hear something, he's like, wait a minute, why do I have to watch where this person goes? If
Exactly. Why do I have to carry this bag with this stuff in it? You
yeah,
feel me? And that's the thing. That's a repeated thing. And remember, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. That's why I didn't have a direction of how I wanted it because I knew what it was going to be before. I give you a reference point, but we off the script right now
okay,
because we have to talk about it. Remember back when Little Rod was talking about the people who carried the bags,
yeah,
like the little fanny packs, the Prada and whatever brand fanny packs that they were made. What I've seen consistently in this particular in this indictment is the same conversation.
yeah.
Everybody not lying, y'all.
No, I don't think that. It's the thing. If a bunch of people kind of say the same thing, it may be one detail here, one detail there that it may not match. But if enough people are kind of saying the same thing, then it probably kind of is the same
Everybody is
thing.
not lying. Like so because it's so many people in this particular case saying the same freaking thing. I, I am not a juror on this case. Would I believe it? I would. Because everybody's not freaking lying on this one person. And I also add to that, you could be the most horrible boss, but those are some extra things to say. This stylist got on the stand today in the last couple of days and said that Diddy even was beating on him.
That's crazy.
That's what he said. He said Diddy was even beating on him.
Diddy told the stylist, "No, I need extra pockets for my Diddy oil to be here."
Mm-mm. Crazy part was he wasn't his stylist. He was Cassie's stylist. And to this
Oh,
day, they are still friends. He called her to because they asked, that was a question that they asked on the stand today. Hold on, let me get where I need to get. Is he still in contact with Cassie? You know, how often do they talk? And he was like, I talked to her yesterday. I called about her baby. You know what I mean? She just had the baby, and I wanted to congratulate her and talk to her about looks. You know what I mean? Because I'm still her stylist.
mm.
Um, hold on, let me get to where I need to get. Child, it's so many directions this trial is going right now. So that's four people. I mean, it's other people, but that's four solid that tell the same story.
Yeah,
It's more people than that tell. different stories, but the same story. But this particular story right here, this one can have you sitting under the arson, kidnapping, breaking and entering, and you
Racketeering.
racketeering. Thank you because thank you because I was going there next. And then you solicited other people to do these jobs with you or for you, which is
Hmm.
where the racketeering comes in. I think they got him.
Under duress too, because if these people lived in fear of not doing what was requested, they were worried if something was going to happen to them.
So let's go to the latest takeaways real quick. Oh my gosh, this case. Oh my gosh, this case is just all over the place. So today is day 11 of the trial. Remember, I said it's an 8 week, like the time stamp on it is 8 weeks. And we are already 11 days in. And 8 weeks does not include the weekend.
Hmm.
8 weeks is Monday through Friday, like any court system works. Um, so we talked about Cassie giving birth to her kid. We talked about Diddy pleading not guilty. You know he's still fighting for a bail.
If he fight for a bail, my thing is it's going to be like the escape plan. So, wow, some way, maybe.
He is still fighting for a bail. But this is today's takeaways. All right, so the stylist testifies about Combs making threats about Ventura's career, and here's what happened this afternoon. Okay, so the threats and violence. The stylist, his last name is Nash, testified about witnessing Combs make threats about Ventura's music career and threats about releasing sexually explicit videos of Ventura, sending them to her parents' employers. So forget just your parents going to see it; their bosses is going to see it too. Um, he recalled two incidences where um, he witnessed Combs be violent towards Ventura. In one instance, Combs hit and kicked Ventura until, hold on, y'all.
The dogs.
Not
Harley.
Manny, but I'm not mad at them right now because it was a whole other noise outside, and they going ham because of the noise outside. I'm grateful to them for that because it was like I stopped talking because I'm like, what the hell is that? And it's close, so it sounds like a gunshot, which would be surprising in my neighborhood because we don't experience these things where I live at. And I know what a gunshot sounds like because I'm from Baltimore City, but I live in suburbia now, so it sounds crazy, and that's why they going off in the room. But I'm not that nosy. But anyway, but that's why they were going off because it was like a whole noise outside. It was crazy. Um, so anyway, in one instance, Combs hit and kicked Ventura until she hit her head and started bleeding. Um, Combs panicked after seeing the blood. Nash said. That's what Nash said. After he seen her bleeding, he started losing his. Nigga, you did it. How you gonna lose your mind? And you the reason why that happened. Oh gosh. Anyway, Nash testifies that Combs was aggressive towards him personally. He popped me in the back of my head and grabbed him by his shirt in one instance. In another instance, during the 2013 music video shoot, Combs threw him on a parked car. Jeez. Nash testified um, to Diddy grabbing him and like. So that's that. What else? What else? What else? The stylist testified that he saw bruises on Ventura's body quite often, adding that he didn't report violence he witnessed for fear of retaliation. How do we feel about that? Do we feel like that's really what it was for a lot of people? Like they were scared to fucking death, so they was like, "Yo, I'm not saying nothing."
My opinion is a yes, but there's always this messed up thing when I know people that do a job because you get paid.
Mm,
I think if it was strictly like if they knew they did not depend on him for their check, I think people would act differently. And also, that's the thing. I don't think people would have been. Well, to some people, he wouldn't have been able to do stuff too. But I do think it comes down to that thing of if you're in a special part of the industry, particularly with the entertainment industry, and I don't know, but this is kind of my assumption that if you are a stylist, if you do something to correct a negative, he still had the power to blackball you out of anything else you could do. And
that's
that's
true.
this is one thing you can stop my check from you, but then you can stop my checks from the future from working with anybody else just because you could say, no, I don't work with them. Why? Because I'm telling you so.
And you raise a valid point because that was part of Capricorn's testimony too, which was when she stopped working for him because she got accused of stealing at one point in time. And then he called her back and she started working for him again. But the times that she wasn't working for him, they were like the most trying and hard times of her life finding a job. Um, and it's like once you've been there, you already been there. How do you come? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the life that you already was in. So now he got the power to be like, nope, no job for you.
Unless it's with me again.
Right.
And that's what I think is the combination of everything. I think initially everybody probably wanted to say something, but then it's the position that he was in and saying, oh no, if you tell my truths, then I can tell lies about you.
Right.
And then you won't get no.
Oh, I like
See
how
what I
that
see
was
what I did
put.
there. But
I
no,
see.
you will not work in this because I do think sometimes in the entertainment side, and I think because social media and things like that made it more prevalent to us a lot more now. That I do believe that there are sometimes when people be like, "You will never work in this industry again," and to me that also involved like sports, like the whole Colin Kaepernick thing.
Right. I'm listening. I'm still hearing noise in the background.
Okay, but no, I think it's kind of the same thing because I think even with Colin Kaepernick still working out and doing all this stuff, I think even in the sense of the industry of the NFL, which is going to be the very similar to the way
The slave trade just ran. Go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad.
I think it'll be very similar to the way Diddy probably handled it is that if they didn't like the image that was given, even though it was more of an honest image, but if Diddy didn't like the image you would put him in the light of, is you will never play again. And I can make sure I could tell any and every executive, record company,
Right.
upcoming artist, anything, do not work with this person.
Which is part of Cassie's argument about what she experienced. She did those things because what little bit he gave her. Because
It was more
remember, we
than
didn't get a lot from Cassie. But what little bit he allowed her to do and gave her, he had the power to give and he had the power to take away.
yep.
That's crazy. So, the next part is home search. On one occasion, Mr. Nash testifies that Combs searched his house looking for Ventura, looking for Cassie, leaving no stone unturned. He even looked in the oven. And what Mr. Nash says, I don't know why he looked in the oven. I don't know why he looked in the oven. Like maybe he
Well,
was.
look, nah, I'll be real. Cassie does not seem like a very tall woman to me.
And she's very slender, so she could fit.
Could, but
Well,
It would be weird as hell talking about, hey, she in here, who in here? Look, open your oven.
she's a very slender woman. Could she fit in the oven? Yeah, she could. She could for sure
So he
fit.
was covering all bases, but
So he was like,
that's
even
still
your
like,
oven, nigga, even your oven.
yeah. But I'm
Open
like,
the oven up. Oh,
it's your stylist. You just walk up in. That's look. Am I on the clock? Do I get paid for this visit?
right. That would have been my question. Um, so Nash said he doesn't know why Diddy did that. The home search resulted in Combs forcing Nash to take him to Ventura, who was at a nearby hotel. Mr. Nash testified. When he left the hotel, he noticed a car following him. He testified. The stylist said he feared his he feared his home wasn't safe and stayed elsewhere for the night when he returned. Some of his personal belongings were stolen. He said, if Diddy could break into Kid Cudi's house, why couldn't he break into the stylist's house?
That would make sense.
You feel me? And that tactic seems so routine. Like, all right, first we gonna break into your house so we can scare the bejesus out you so you can poop on yourself. And then, if that don't work, then we'll take you out. Where's G? We still don't know where G is. Remember G?
Oh, the LA. I thought you said you found somebody said that something.
They said, I don't trust nothing nobody say no more, Doc.
Well,
Where the hell
look,
is G? I haven't seen his face.
look, and then we'll even go. Look, all alleged. The one Diddy baby mama. There was the rumor
Which
floating around.
one? He got a couple baby mamas. Which one?
The one that passed away.
Oh, Kim. All right, go ahead.
Remember, there was kind of was she supposed to release a tell-all book? Was she supposed to do some memoir stuff?
And it's two different autopsies for her.
All I'm saying is what you normally say is dot dot dot. I don't know if they connecting, but I'm just saying.
They connected to me because I got questions. I got questions. Okay, so we did home search. Let's get to weekly hotel stays. Nash testified that Ventura would go to a hotel with Combs about weekly. It's crazy. Saying that he would often see her pack a black duffel bag. Oh, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. With smacks toys in them. For those stays. I'm going to say something in a minute. Um, just remember the black bag.
Okay.
Gonzalez said that Ventura told him she didn't want to go, but she did because he, Mr. Combs, wanted her to go. Wanted her to. Nash recalled one of those instances in particular was, and they keep talking about this one. Listen, okay, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Ventura's 29th birthday, when Combs and Ventura argued, and Ventura told him Combs was mad because she didn't want to go to the hotel and freak off with him. Remember, in her case, she talked about that, but not only in her case did she talk about her that this particular birthday, it was her 29th birthday. Then you got the girl Tiffany Red, who is a songwriter, and her friend, who talked about this incident before. You feel me?
Okay.
Everybody not lying, my ninja. Everybody is not lying on this one person. They can't be. Tiffany Red was there. The stylist with Tiffany Red said that the stylist was there, and when she asked the question like, "If you don't want to go, why are you going?" and she was like, "I got kind of was like, I gotta go, whatever," and they was like, "She always go." She was talking about them ninjas, the stylist, and whoever else was in the room.
Okay. Okay.
Dot. Listen, I've been on these cases too long for me to not be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Like, I'm good at puzzles. I'm really good at puzzles. And this puzzle is, I'm not even touching the pieces. It's putting itself together.
Putting itself together.
It is. Fuck. Anyway, so that 29th birthday is a particular thing. Remember also in the footage that we saw of him kicking her ass in the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
she was leaving with bags. Did she leave with the other bag, the duffel bag, the black bag?
I
Not
would have to go
necessarily,
back and look
because
at
I
that footage
remember
to see what it
looking.
shows.
Yeah, I remember looking, and she had like a I want to say like a Louis Vuitton or something like that. But that black bag wasn't there. But the black bag has come up in many conversations.
Look.
And Gene Deal, remember Gene Deal talked about him going to the Schmeck stores
Mm-hmm.
to buy pieces. Then we got that footage where he was like, "Don't get on the bed," and then Kevin Hart was like, "I'm definitely not getting on the bed." And it pan, and you see the the toy on the bed. You're not making this case too hard.
No.
I mean, his attorneys, they could try all they might, but
Well, this is the one thing that I'm in. Most of the information I'm getting from you, other than the little things that I see when come across like my timeline and everything,
right.
there is this I don't want to say it. There is this conflict that I have. Is like, all right, what is his charges compared to? I get it. You're trying to build a
The problem
character
is
profile,
because you have a question about like, are they actually putting him on trial for his behaviors, or did he really do something?
and that's the thing that even the stuff that I'm getting and pay attention to is like, all right, he did these things, but that's not what the quote unquote charges are. But I know they're trying to build a character profile to the jury.
No, but see, this is the thing where everybody gets it twisted. The things that he did, like his sex life, he's not on trial for his sex life. Nobody gives a fuck if he's a freak.
But they bring that up
Nobody
so
gives a
much
fuck
though.
if he's a fucking swinger. The problem is if those activities translate into criminal activity.
And I can
Which
respect that.
in his case, in this particular case, the things we looking at says it does. You blew somebody fucking car up over some pussy, my G.
Look, words can fly. Niggas kill niggas over pussy, so it's the same shit.
Fuck that shit. No, then your pep hand ain't as strong as you try to make it. Take that.
Yeah, because
You
it's
blew
jealousy.
somebody fucking car up over some pussy that you thought you had trained. Listen, I keep telling y'all ninjas. Now I gotta start preaching.
No,
I
but go
keep
ahead.
telling
I'm
y'all
sorry.
ninjas to stop dating these girls who are less than 10 years. Like if they less, I mean, if they, it should be a 10-year gap. That's as young as you should go.
Nah.
I think I said that before, but I'm gonna say it again. The reason why is because them little girls, 18, 19, 20, 21, until they get to their 30s, maybe 40s, you're gonna get crazy because they still learning themselves. And it's not that I'm telling y'all that because I don't want y'all to have fun. Nah, fuck that. Get your life. But know that when you get these little young girls, a bunch of crazy is gonna come with it. So even if his intent was not to break the law, you lost your mind over some young pussy,
But
and you broke the law
yes,
a
but I'm gonna
zillion
say this.
times
This is
over.
this is the messed up part about it. because that was his, and he thought he fully controlled it.
You don't
So,
own nobody.
but in his mind, I think this is mine. Why she? And then who are you? As in Kid Cudi to
And
come
he
in,
was a serial cheater anyway. What the fuck?
but he
He
would, in
still
my
had
opinion.
Kim. He still had Kim homegirl Sarah. The fuck are we talking
So
about?
to him, he had everything. He was on some Lion King. Anything the sun touches is mine.
But now you look stupid because you blew somebody's car up over some pussy. That nigga was
And
easily
I
not
know,
halt.
I
Let me
know.
finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
That nigga easily was like, all right, I ain't fucking with this shit no more because of your crazy ass. But see how freely Kid Cudi can give it away? Like, all right, I'm done with this shit. Your stupid ass, and she still fucked around on it.
No.
And she still fucked around
Okay.
on it.
So do
Because
this. Do
he
this
not
for me.
the only one. See, if you following the case, then you know. She
Okay.
also dated an NFL player. We don't have his name, but we know he was in the NFL. Well, right by now he should be retired, but that was part of her testimony. So that's two niggas.
Okay. So
Then
think about.
she got with the trainer that you paid for, my nigga. She married him and just had the third baby by him.
So
Look
think
how
about it.
dumb you fucking look right now.
But this is what people call humorous, as in the not humorous as in funny, but his humor was too big. I think he felt that I do control all this.
Now you
No
see
matter
you
what you
don't.
think you control,
Now
even
you see you don't, whore.
if somebody else has a mind of their own, they will still, if they really want to, find a way. You do not control everybody to the fullest. You do
Listen, I
not.
be trying to tell motherfuckers about that growing process. You think it's I'm gonna make them the way I want them to be, and they, you know what I mean. But guess what? Eventually, she gonna figure out like this not the shit for me. This not the
Yeah.
life. I know. I've been groomed. Just why I can tell you that the Stockholm syndrome is very much real. You feel me? I can tell you
Okay.
all of these things. But you think you got this person and they gonna be the way you want them to be, and you think because they're younger, they're easily moldable. But here's the thing, because she's younger, eventually she's gonna get older and she's gonna start seeing shit in a different way. So everything, all the shit that you thought that you put together and how you thought you worked it out is a waste of time.
Yeah, because I think he probably thought if I'm speaking very bluntly, I think in his mind, I gave her, and funny enough, this person is not involved in this, but we read that case too. I gave her the dream. She's going to be a star.
She gonna be in a sanctuary.
I'm a very well known person, and I have basically,
Clout. I got all the clout.
I got gave her a dream. I got all the clout, and I can provide any and everything
Right.
until those things start happening where maybe I don't like this. Or even if it's the 29th birthday is kind of a funny thing to me because I'm wondering if like it was like she was really on some,
That's when the
I just want
light
to spend
bulb
time
was
with
like,
you.
ding.
Yeah, that, but it's like, was she in her mind like, oh no, I just want to spend time with you, but I don't want to have all this other stuff. I just want to, because that could be some
Well,
weird thing. Like, what if she really
the
did?
crazy part about you saying that just now is most of her testimony is like all the shit that I did it just so I could have that personal time with him afterwards.
And that's one thing that I can probably understand. Like, she probably was like,
If I
I
do
want to
this,
spend time with you, but I don't want to do all this for my day. Because
right?
if anything I know about
It's my birthday. The fuck?
some women girl stuff, it's her day, but you still want to do
Fuck,
your
it's
thing
my
on her day.
birthday. It's lit. It's time to turn up. The fuck I want to do a freak off for, and it's my fucking birthday. Like
And
nigga, this the shit that I be doing to displease you to get you out my face for. But I don't want to do that on my birthday.
look, and I think that was the line. That was the straw that broke the camel back.
But that particular birthday is a particular date that we should pay attention to. And if we go back, I'm pull some clips from when we did her case
Okay.
because that particular day is a very important day. This particular birthday, this 29th birthday, was a very important day, and there's various sources that reported on this day.
And then curiosity would be to me too, and this is kind of how I would think about it a little bit. Was she on some, I want my family there? And it was like, no. It was
No.
like,
Well, at that, all right. So I could break that down a little bit, and I can't break it down like I was there, but I could break it down from what I know, right? Because, like I said, that particular birthday, she discussed it in her civil suit that we already went through, and now we here in court, and there's other people corroborating the story. She was at a particular specific lounge, restaurant type of thing. It was her and her friends. Her family wasn't there because her family lives in Connecticut. That's where she's from. But she wanted to hang out with her girls and stylists. Um, she wanted to hang out with her crew. You feel me? They celebrating, and he insisted on throwing her that particular birthday party. This is the catch. He insisted on throwing her the birthday party at this particular establishment, right? They turned out, they having a good time. Woo, girl, we cute. You know what I mean? All you know what girls do. I don't know. I don't be going on, so I don't know if that's what it look like. Don't get me the line. But I'm not a club hopper, so I don't know how people act in the club.
Same way.
But in my head, I imagine like we cute, we cute, we cute. You feel me? And now he in his head, and mind you, all them motherfuckers is on drugs. All right, I'm gonna get to that next, because that's the next thing that's on our list of things to discuss. All of them motherfuckers is on narcotics. So we lit, and then all of a sudden he just come like, I'm ready. It's about to go down right now. Wrap this shit up. We going to freak off, right? But now she don't want to go because they lit, they cute, they lit. You feel me? And she don't want to go. So now he got beef with that, and now he on top of her. And this is the scenario. This same incident, the same party. He got the bodyguard surrounding them, and he up in that shit like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To the point where she felt intimidated and she had to go.
Yeah, it goes to what you said earlier, though. If I provided your happiness and you happy, right? I can take it away right now because I want you to provide my enjoyment, happiness, whatever it is. Because you wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for me. So I'm the person that's in control. So when I say party's over,
down to this birthday party, I threw this. Party's over. Wrap this shit up.
Yeah, that's power.
All right, so the last section, drug use. Nash, I don't say that word. Normally I say narcotic. It slipped. So my apologies. Narcotic use. Nash, who testified that he smokes Mary Jane. I'm in love with that bitch. I love her.
Mary Jane, she's my main thing. Gets me so high. She makes my heart sing when I'm diddling up. Anyway.
Sorry, my bad. Ooh, we just get right, get it in. All right. So anyway, I do subscribe to that part. But anyway, Nash, who testified that he uses Mary Jane, said that he had seen Ventura take narcotic, including Papa Molly, I'm sweating. Woo! And ecstasy at times inside her home. But this is the thing, and I need everybody, because this, like, it's almost like the defense strategy at this point is trying to tear her down, right?
Mm-hmm.
But problem is she's not on trial.
Nope.
He is. So as much narcotic that you throw in there, she's already admitted that when she got on. That's why I love that they put her on this thing. She was one of the first ones because she was able to be like, "Yeah, I did that too. Oh, I was popping Molly, I was sweating. Woo! I did that. You feel me? And now everything that they try to throw out about her being on narcotic, it's like, okay, well, she said that already,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not on trial. He is. She just had a baby. She not on trial. He is. And if everything that you saying at this point is a lie, then why is it stacking up and looking like a truth?
I would think that, and see, this is the conflict I had when I said earlier. It seemed like they're trying to make it like he wasn't fully in control of everything that she did because she went along with some things that was done.
But the
And
problem is,
truth be
we
told,
keep focusing on her and not the actions in which he took
and
for
that's
all
the
of
whole
this to
thing. That's why,
transpire.
and that's the
Why would
conflict
he?
I have with the things, the information I'm aware of now. Is because, like, yeah, I get that because I'm like they're trying to build a character a certain way, but y'all are going about it in a bad way because, in my opinion, in the beginning, she may have been down with the shit, but then, like you said, when you hit a certain age, it may change your mind about how you see things, and
Yeah.
boom. But they are still using this to build him as the bad character. But I'm like, none of this has to do with all
But
of
no,
this.
actually, the crazy part is it's not even prosecution that's using that. Prosecution is really, at this point, basing it upon the actual things that he did. Did he
Hmm.
traffic? He did. Did he commit arson? He did. Did
Hmm.
he? And
Wait, trafficking was that part of the one of his charges? I can't
that's
remember.
part of the RICO. That's part of the racketeering. All of that.
So,
All of that go together. Like it can be put together.
all right, this is the thing, and I do not know this. If you can answer this one, that'll be good.
All right.
Who is he accused of trafficking? Is he accused of trafficking Cassie?
Remember, I said this the other day. Remember, I said trafficking is the gray area law, right?
I've been said that too.
Which is you live in Georgia, right?
Hmm.
You could fly me to Georgia right now.
Hmm. Cross state lines.
We could do what we did. You could piss me off, and I could be like, he raped me, and you could get accused of trafficking.
Yeah, but we didn't talk
That's
about
the
this. We talked
gray
about when we
area. So
remember when.
anybody that, including Cassie,
Hmm.
them workers, anybody that he crossed over state lines, and remember we got the yacht, right?
Hmm.
You forgot about the yacht?
No, the yacht. It was the yacht was a hilarious shit.
Oh, Rodney, I hope you had good times on that your second job.
No, I still remember the yacht with the fucking his son talking about, nah, Uncle Cuba here, we leaving.
We gotta get out of here.
That's what I think about the yacht.
It get
And Rod,
real with
look,
Uncle Cuba.
little Rod just there like playing the piano.
It get real weird when Uncle Cuba show up. We gotta go, pops. We going back to our bungalow on land. We'll see you in the morning for breakfast. But we gotta go. But so in all of those cases, that could be under the umbrella for trafficking.
Hmm.
If he took somebody from one state to another
Yeah.
for the purpose of having schmacks,
Hmm.
including them workers, which he did, that is that gray area.
See,
That's trafficking.
I didn't know that he transported workers from one place to another place. I always assumed that he found local workers in the area that was because that's what I always hear. Like
He did
somebody
that
was tasked
too.
with finding them.
But this here's the problem. Everybody's still thinking inside the box. He is mega rich.
Hmm.
So whatever his flavor is at that moment is his flavor. You don't think that he
And I guess what I was trying to say too is like I'm like if it was that he trafficked Cassie, there's a part of me that can kind of
It's
understand this.
not that that's everybody keep going back to her. And that's exactly what they trying to do to make the case on her. It's not
No,
just
it's still what he
her.
did. It would still be what he did, but I didn't know if
But
they
it
were.
ain't just her. That's what I'm saying. Everybody keep focusing on her. It's other people who've testified thus far. But the only thing is that she's the biggest part of it. Like his defense even said it, which is like she's a major part of this case. She is not. She was not the surprise witness. She
No,
was not the star witness. Nothing about her was the star witness. She just happened to be a very inclusive witness because she was there and a lot of shit happened with her over the 11 years that she spent with this man.
okay.
But she is not the star witness. This case is not about her. That's where the defense is going to go wrong. And oh shit, it's Wednesday. I forgot what day of the week it was. But that's where the defense is going to go wrong because the focal point is her and she is not the star witness. And prosecution has many weeks
Mm-hmm.
to go to put that together. But I need everybody to stop focusing on her.
All right. So here's the thing before I think you're gonna get to your other next thing. Um, who is it? Is it Miss Miami? One of the city girls,
Young Miami.
Young Miami.
Mhm.
She been quiet as hell.
You know when she started getting quiet around the time when all the shit first started going down. She did one of her shows, but
Hmm.
she had Saucy Santana doing like the interview shit, and she's like, "Why is everybody coming to me? Because I just know him like y'all know him and all this bullshit." I don't think she's gonna be a witness
No,
at all, but um, if called, she will be, and I feel like she got saved early.
you
She
think
was
she know a
on the
lot of stuff?
verge, you feel me, of where Cassie and them is. It's a process. He
Yeah.
ain't just start beating your ass. It take a minute. You feel me? And I
So
feel like she was on the verge. He hadn't gotten there yet. So the shit that they experienced, she didn't experience yet because he hadn't gotten to
do
that
you think
point.
she would have at least interesting stories?
She like getting peed on.
So do you
What
think she
you
would have
think?
interesting stories?
What you think? I think so.
All right, I think so too. That's what I was asking.
She like getting peed on. That's an interesting story on itself. Like, how did
Okay.
that start? When did you start doing that and realizing that you liked it? I
All
got
right.
questions.
So
That's all. I got questions. I really, Doc. You know my head get the turning.
analyzing,
Yeah,
deducting, investigating, dotting.
I am. And I got questions. I really, but I've been analyzing that situation. What I think happened with her was she was on the verge of that next level shit, like where he started beating her ass, but they hadn't gotten there yet. If that makes sense, like she was almost over that hump. Cassie, she spent 11 years. She had been over that hump. He was kicking her ass up and down everywhere. Um, Gina, the little Asian chick he was fucking with, she had already made it over that hump. He had been beating her ass. Kim, of course, she made it over the hump. She bore him 3 children and let him adopt the unofficially adopt the other one. She had been over that hump. Misa, she been over that hump and got away from that hump. You feel me? Like so, young Miami was on the verge. She just hadn't gotten there yet. You feel me? She
Okay.
was. They was there on their way there though. Once he realized that she let him pee on her, that was next. It was bound to be next. Like, oh, she let me pee on her. Okay, I'm about to beat this bitch ass.
I hope it doesn't work like that because that's crazy.
That's what it seemed like to me.
Nah, what's your word? Yeah, I hope it doesn't work like that because that would be literally diabolical.
He is diabolical thus far, from what we've heard. Why is that improbable?
No, it's not
First,
improbable, but
she let me
if
pee
if
on her.
if it's literally
Second, I'm about to beat the fuck out this bitch.
no, but if those two things are literally connected in the mind of a person, then that to me would be a very diabolical thing. Look, if I can just get here, then I can do all this.
Remember all the stories that we've heard throughout the years, like even with the him having men slob on his knob, right?
Mm-hmm.
The story is at the end of each story is like, if I can make a man do this, I can make anybody do anything.
And that is diabolical. That is fucked up.
So you don't think he like, she let me pee on her, I'm about to beat the bricks off this bitch. Wait, I'm gonna let it see. It's going
Well, I would say this.
slow,
I don't have that connection in my
but
brain.
sure, slowly but surely, I'm about to start beating this bitch ass because she get on my nerves.
But
Sometimes it don't
well,
matter
I
what
guess because I don't
nobody
have that
else
in me because I
thinks.
don't understand that next. Because no, if I have a woman that's willing to do anything for me, that's one thing. But then I'm like, why do I want to hurt her though? Because that's
That's
how
because
my
you're a
mind works.
good
So
guy.
I don't
If
have that next violent step of that.
you're a good guy, that's why he's not a good guy.
But then it will goes to show like,
Let me
what?
ask you this: in what story have you ever heard about Diddy being a good guy?
None.
Okay, that's my point.
No, none.
No, but
Business wise, none.
huh?
Personal relationships, none. Um,
Business
music producer,
relationships,
making a band, none. That was
none,
televised.
none. Being the CEO and owner and running Bad Boy, none. You
Yeah,
ain't never heard no good goddamn stories about that child. So why is it so unbelievable that he was like, I peed on her, now I'm about to beat the bricks off this bitch because
because
she
to
let me.
me,
And
if
and, and think about it like this: if you let a person pee on you, then you'll let a person do anything to you.
I disagree with that, but I get the
I swear to
correlation that you're
goodness, I
making, but I
swear to
disagree
goodness,
with that.
as a woman, I'm gonna use my boobs to swear on this. Ain't nobody fucking pissing on me, and I'm nasty. But what you're not gonna do is pee on me. So if you could pee on me, then that means you could do just about anything you want to do to it.
And I guess that's the only thing I'm saying. I don't get the violence that he would execute unless it's, and this is why I say this is a
Listen. When it came to Cassie, she didn't have to do nothing. She didn't making his eggs fast enough. He beat the fuck out of her.
but that to me becomes the power trip part of it. Of I literally can't, which it does play in the part where like, yeah, I agree. There's no good stories I have that I can think of about him, but then it becomes like, because I guess I'm just not that person. I'm like, no, if you are already doing anything I want, violence is the least thing on my mind against you.
Again, take yourself out of it because you're a good guy. Where's the good stories about him?
None, and I'm agreeing with. I guess so. I am taking myself out of it, but I'm still like, no. Look, over my
I
life,
get
I
it
probably had
though.
like
I get
two
what you're
two
coming
women
from,
that would do anything for me, and all I had them do was anything for me. But I didn't want to hurt them because I didn't want it to fuck it up the situation.
right? Like I want this bitch to keep doing anything for me, but
Exactly.
he has way more money than you and I. So it's like she gonna do what the fuck I tell her to do anyway. I'm gonna take her shopping, buy her some gifts. She gonna get over the shit, cause that's the thought process when you're a rich nigga with
And
bitches.
with that being said, then it need to be studied because, like, no, are you really a psychopath? Are you really mentally
You're
deranged?
really a narcissist, that's for sure.
Well, I think yeah, there's proof. I don't want to say proof, but the traits that but people like that are always people that are super successful though, because the willingness they are willing to go to reach the top is not
Crazy.
measurable.
But for him, he's already reached all of those things. Now he's bored. So now he got to find something. It's like doing narcotics. Everybody is always chasing the first high.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you smoke Snow Shane, or you whip the girl, you fucking with the girl or the boy.
Girl and a boy.
You fucking with the girl or the boy, you always will be chasing what it was you felt the first time that you ever fucking did the shit.
Mm.
Everything outside of that is just trying not to get sick. But you still chasing that first, and so for him, he's already achieved all of the things. So now he bored. So I gotta chase a feeling, and it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds to the
That's
point where
crazy.
we got free coughs and Cassie getting drug up and down the hallway, and Kid Cudi car getting blown the fuck up, and his house getting broken into,
Wow,
and
shit.
various stylists and assistants and shit coming forward talk about the shit you did to them. See what I'm saying? Cassie is not the case. It's so many other people, and we only 11 days in.
Yep.
We got a long way to go. Oh my God, Cassie, I love
mean,
that song,
man,
by the way.
a month
Got a
in.
long way to go. So this is this top, and it's co-conspirators. Can I say that? Can I throw that in?
Yeah.
This is like a fucking soap opera. It's some co-conspirators that are going to be added to this case, by the way.
Okay.
He not in this by himself. It's a RICO. So when it's a RICO, other people got to be included too. Either you snitch or you get indicted too. I'm ready.
We shall see how it plays out.
Who's snitching and who? Because we only 11 days in. It's an 8-week case. Who is snitching? Maybe 10. Who is snitching? And who is going to ride? That's what I want to know. That's the question. I should start a poll on that one right there.
Who's snitching? Who gonna ride?
Yeah, who's snitching? Who gonna ride? Harpier, you think he gonna snitch or you think he gonna ride? That's one of his codees in the civil suit.
The weight of this case, I think that would be a snitch.
You think that would be a snitch? All right. Who else? Let me think. Who else would it be up there with? Certain security guards.
Security guard, you probably snitching. Unless you've already got something that's gonna be set up and you just like, I don't know nothing.
All right, but then we already know all the assistants. Oh, KK, the latest assistant, personal assistant, the Ghislaine Maxwell to this Diddy situation.
If she is Ghislaine Maxwell and if she is aware of who Ghislaine Maxwell is, she's snitching.
She's snitching. Okay.
If she's aware of the whole Ghislaine Maxwell situation, she's snitching.
Ghislaine is still in prison, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna come up with some more names and I'm gonna throw them up. And that's
Cuba ain't snitching. Cuba riding.
Cuba riding. Cuba riding. Like, I don't know what happened. We were just having a good damn time.
Basically.
I didn't see nothing. Who hand was on his thigh meat? Not mine. You feel me?
Cuba ain't saying shit.
That was not my hand, even though it's in a picture clear as day that it was my hand on that.
Cuba on the stand Like this Cuba gonna be in the stand. He gonna look over at Sean talking about, hey Sean, when the next party at though?
Party after this after we leave here. Never mind forgetting that nigga's still in jail and he ain't got to
For
get
real.
it.
Look, do you want me to bring some? Oh, I'm on the stand. Oh shit.
I just was thinking about the good old days.
Reminiscing.
We used to have some good times together, you and I.
Look, come on. So, Mr. Cuban, what do you mean by that? You used to have good times together. Huh? What did I just say?
I don't know.
That was my inside voice. Fuck.
Where the drinks at?
What a drink in the courtroom. What a drinks at? What a drinks at?
Cause in my mind, Cuba ain't he be fucked up in my mind.
Mine's too.
Like he be partying to the extreme in my mind. He give me that vibe. You feel me? So he give me the vibe like he'll forget he in the courtroom and be like, where the drinks at?
That's exactly my vibe that I get. You seen when he had there's the whole thing when he had got released after his sexual harassment thing, talking about what a hose at. He literally was recorded saying what a hose at.
Saying, I'm just saying. All right, I try not to go too hard on Cuba, but he makes it so fucking easy.
His name popped up in 2 different cases.
That wasn't even his own.
That's all I'm saying.
It's one thing for you to have your own court cases, but when you get included in other people's court cases.
With pictures.
With your hand on somebody's thigh meat.
A man's.
Not even a woman. A man's thigh meat. You know what the thigh meat is. That's the inner part of the thigh.
I just thought of a horrible fucking joke, too. Q would be like, that ain't sexual harassment. That's another man.
Right. He got what I got.
All right, I'm off of that shit. That shit
no,
is
it's still sexual harassment, Cuba. He didn't want your hand on his thigh meat.
That wasn't one of the hoes that I was looking for the other night. Look, I have recorded. I was saying hoes. Hoes are bitches and bitches are hoes. I was looking for those.
I wasn't looking for the man meat. Listen, we think you lying because your hand was clear as day. I'm going to bring that picture back up and put it back on the screen because your hand was as clear as day on that man's thigh meat. Anyway, let's get away from Rodney's thigh meat and keep his hands.
Look, anyway, when court get adjourned, can we get some drinks?
Where the drinks at? I don't know. I'm glad we ain't had no direction in this one right now, because I mean we had direction, but not
heavy direction.
It wasn't mapped out, and I'm glad because it was many things that were able to be discussed. We are on day 11 of this trial. We are going to jump back to Big U because I want to finish this indictment too. But I have to cover this Diddy situation. Like, I can't even not cover it because I've covered so much of his stuff already. So he in court, I gotta cover it. It's like saying if I had a podcast when R. Kelly was going through his shit, me not covering that. Like, that's insane. I would have covered that.
I would say too.
I covered a little bit of it though. But yeah, I would have covered it. Like I would have covered it.
I would say maybe we should give, or you can give an update on all the things that we have covered, like how did it all get resolved, what was the verdict, and all those things, because we're still in the air with the whole Dream situation, right?
Well, nothing has been, when it comes to these legal battles, it could take, and see, them cases are not criminal, they're civil, so they could take years. Whereas though on the criminal side, depending on you and your defense, and then depending on the court system, that determines on how fast it goes. And because of that, that's saying that when you go to court, you have the right to a speedy trial. This would be one of them cases. You feel me? Like Diddy requested for this to go as fast as it's going. This is why the judge keeps getting irritated. Like, now, you motherfuckers, man. Every time that these lawyers be like, well, we need another hour, they be like, bitch, the judge, I mean, he don't say it like how I'm saying it, I'm paraphrasing, but the judge be like, bitch, you knew just like the prosecution knew, and
Yep.
I knew, and we knew how much time we had for each witness and testimony and cross examination and recross and then recross. Bitch, ain't no extra hour. Listen, you gotta be paying attention to the little tricks that they try to pull. And they doing this to try to say, well, we need a mistrial.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things that they're trying to do.
Mm.
But it still plays on.
The jury. You calling for a mistrial don't mean that the jury gonna go for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They still have to agree to the mistrial. The judge has to agree. The jury has to agree. Not so much prosecution, but the jury and the judge have to agree to it being a mistrial. But they trying to swing it that way. You feel me? Which is why they focusing on Cassie and not the other shit. But it's more to come. We got some people who want to turn state's evidence. Oh, sorry. I feel like a lawyer right now. Some people that's going to turn state's evidence. We going to have some informants. We going to have all of that. Ah. It feels good to get all of it off my chest, though. I've been holding it in.
What about the? You think one of the closest to star witnesses would be the white dude that got arrested that was carrying the drugs and narcotic that was?
I feel like he might be a star witness. I do, because I feel like that's what he gave up to not get the time that he would have gotten. He like, I can't go to prison. Like, I'll tell you anything you want to know. And his dad was like, listen, now we have a family reputation to uphold, and you can't be out here getting charged for harboring smack or whatever it is that you kids call it these days.
Pinto Caína.
We are an upstanding family. We have a lineage, and you're not gonna fuck it up. I forgot what his name is. That's why I didn't put the name in there.
I can't remember the name either.
You're not gonna fuck it up, okay? So you're gonna tell them whatever the fuck it is that they want to know. Cause he didn't. They put him in a drug treatment program type of situation,
AKA witness protection.
I'm just saying. And this is why I believe he's gonna be on the stand. We already know he's giving up all the intel. I'm not going to put. He's not going to be no co-conspirator. So we know he for sure is taking the stand. So we gotta see who else is taking the stand, and we're gonna have our when we have discussions about this case, we gonna see the category is snitch or ride or snitch. That's the category. We're gonna open the poll for this and see what y'all say. I think this will be fun in my mind. Anyway. It's time for me to show some love, y'all, because we gotta take the trash out. It's Wednesday. That means tomorrow morning they gonna be outside. So we gotta get this Diddy shit though, y'all. I promise you. It had me not even doing the shit that I was supposed to do. Cause I was so listen, I gotta talk to y'all. It was like I got almost that excited when I found out Cuddy was taking the stand. Listen, I gotta tell y'all, Cuddy about to get on the stand. That's how I feel about the situation right now. But I gotta check some things. And make sure everything. I don't have no countries that I'm missing. But it is time for love. You need to. Or you want me on that? All right. So it's time for me to show some love. I was about to start singing, but y'all don't need to hear my ugly singing voice. But it's time for me to show some love, y'all. Anybody watching from Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, I love you guys so much. I adore you and thank you for riding it out with your girl. I love you so much, and just man, yo, I love you so much. Thank you. And I call that live love, but I'm also call it replay love because you can go back and check out the show that way too. But yeah, I love y'all. Thank you. Um, I'm just checking, make sure I ain't missing nobody, baby, because I like to give all the love. But it is now time for me to show some other kind of love. It is time for the love notes. Um, because I gotta give love to my peoples. Listen, my listening audience is like my major audience. Like I got numbers when it comes to the see, I got numbers. I got happy just now. I got numbers when it comes to them. So I like to make sure that I show them the proper due respects because like man, they come from far and wide and they not even watching, they just listening, but they come back and like they come back and I love them for that. So I always like to show them love because they always show me love. And so it is time for the love notes. It is time, baby, for these here love notes. Now, I how did we come up with the name love notes? I used to call it love. Um, Doc used to call it show notes. I was never gonna call it that, by the way, but Doc used to call it show notes. And then we came to the compromise because what we realized is there is no love if you have no compromise. So we came to the compromise and now we call it love notes. And it will forever be called love notes. Yeah, baby. Doc also said, I hear him coming back to you. Doc also said, I had a stack of papers the size of a composition notebook. I did not. It was a lot of paper stuff. But in all fairness, it was a lot of cities, states, countries, territories, and stuff on there. And so that's why I had so many papers, but it wasn't the size of a composition notebook. Doc, got to get out of here. But we don't do that anymore. And now what we do is this, baby. We've gone green, and I love it. It's love is all love. I love you guys so much. Shout out to my top 60 United States, United Kingdom, India, China, Canada, Belgium, specifically Brussels. Listen, I'll be trying to change this top six, but these countries right here always come back. Russia, Indonesia, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, Turkey, Switzerland, Germany, Mexico, Austria, Philippines, and Kenya. Hi, babies. I love you so much. Thank you for the love. Pakistan, Romania, South Africa, Nigeria, Brazil, Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, Ireland, and Nepal. I love you all. Thank you for the love. You guys are extraordinary. Mauritius, Israel, Hong Kong, France, Poland, Tunisia, Venezuela, baby, Czech Republic, Portugal, and Morocco. Hi, boos. I love you too. Thank you for listening. Ghana, Finland, Cameroon, Lithuania, Sweden, Bangladesh, and Latvia. Hi. I love you. Thank you for coming back and embarking on this journey with me. It's amazing. Thank you. Hungary, Greece, Denmark, Jamaica, Slovakia, Ukraine, Peru. Hi, boos. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you for the love, man. Thanks. It's amazing. Last but not least, Italy and Egypt. Two countries I very much want to visit with all of my heart. I do. I can't wait. One day I'll be there. But until then, I love you guys. Thank you for the love. Man, that's extraordinary. Oh, Doc is back. Let's put him back on this one. Hi.
Hi.
Listen, I was never gonna call it show notes, babe. Never
I seen
gonna
all them
call it.
papers. I seen all them papers. That's what I thought it was. Show notes.
Listen, with the way this list is working, I just say the countries now. But if you apply countries, then cities and states and territories and shit, it's the reason why I had a whole bunch of papers. There's a lot of them. And now with the way the list look right now, I would die if I tried to do all the cities, states. I'm like, I can't do it no more.
Improving, growing bigger, world tour.
We working. I just appreciate everybody that show us love, man. More is to come. I got some things I want to talk to you about, but I won't talk about them on camera because that's behind the scenes talk. But yeah, we can be greater. Put it like that. But no, I could never do cities, states, and countries and territories at this point in time, in juncture of our lives. I die. I'm dying right now, which is why I needed this water.
That list is long. You gotta talk all that.
I had to get some hydration just to get all that. I mean, after I did it afterwards, but it's a lot. But anyway, so yeah, thanks for the love, man. Let's get to what Doc has said because Doc is on the camera. I like when Doc be on the camera when we get to what Doc has said because we never know what Doc is going to say. So, um, Doc had said, "Top flight, catch the vibe, know who is on trial. Don't forget, yeah, Cassie is not on trial. She's she's not the defendant." And the sooner you get that, the more you know. Because the jury has been given instructions. And what the instructions include is remember, she's not on trial. Okay. So remembering who the defendant is. That is one of the instructions. So stop looking at it from y'all point of view. Wow, no. They have instructions. And they are held to the it's the federal government, for goodness sakes. They not trying to lose. Their rate is phenomenal, through the roof. Why would they want to lose with this? And this is major high profile case.
Mm-hmm.
They not trying to lose. Get out of here. Remember who's on trial. Doc has said worldwide the question is who gonna snitch who don't know ish. I like that because there's some snitches coming out. I don't care what you say. Some people snitching. I remember that one time we was in we was on a yacht, and the next thing you know, everybody was doing a line of self name, the pink kind. You know, the pink kind. And next thing you know, Cuba was anyway. Who y'all think? You think Cuba be a? You think Cuba gonna be a rider for real?
Cuba gonna be a riot because Cuba don't even know half the shit that's going on around him. He just know what he doing, and half the shit you tell him he doing, he only believe he doing it.
I don't think he did it. I didn't do
For real.
that.
Like, sir, is that your hand? What you mean? Look, you can
That
see
never
your arm,
happened.
your elbow, your shoulder. Look, that's your face in the camera with your hand. I don't know if that's me or not.
That might be my stunt double.
You know I did movies, right? You know I did movies, right? I got a stunt double.
Show me the money. You feel me? And the crazy part is that's one of my favorite movies.
For real?
Jerry Maguire, yes.
Wow.
Because it was business related. It was so much business that it made me want to be a sports agent for a second. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because that's I'll be thinking about that kind. It did. It made me want to be a sports agent for a second. And you gotta think about the time that it came out. So we were still kind of younger. and trying to figure life out, and I was trying to figure out. That's probably how I got into marketing because it went from wanting to be a sports agent because I just swore I was getting ready to sign me some NFL players and maybe a few basketball players too. But so it took me from wanting to be a sports agent to a marketer. Well, sports agent to a writer to a publicist to a marketer.
Okay.
That's how it went. But yeah. He had that man in there like, show me the money. Oh. Alright, so anyway, Doc has said, hit that like button, tune in, live show, radio show, get the app. My name is Kat Lee, and I approve this message.
Bling.
I agree with that message right there. I do. I think you should listen to this gentleman. He's a wise man. He knows some things. You should listen. But whatever. Yeah, I can't believe I just told y'all that I really love Jerry Maguire. That was one of my favorite movies. It was. It had some of everything wrapped into it. It had sports. It had a little comedy in there. It had a
Mm-hmm.
love story in there. It had some of everything. I like Jerry Maguire. That was my movie. Cuba. I don't know where you've gone since then. It probably started happening right before you did that movie. Actually, it probably happened after Boys in the Hood.
Nah, he was still weird. I've told you about that. No, when they played the scene back in slow motion when he fell to his knees,
Yeah.
and then it was everybody's like, no, I really smelled her pussy. Because if you watch the scene back, it is kind of like, and then he kind of looks at the camera, but it's crazy. I'm like, no, you've always been
So
this
what he
dude.
was
You
saying, it was
always
stanky.
no, he didn't say it was thingy, but he
Oh,
said he did it on quote
oh.
unquote purpose.
I was getting ready to say, what you saying, Cuba? Huh? Don't play with her. I don't think she has stanky coochie. Don't play with Nia. Don't play with Nia. And that was
But
young
no, if
Nia
you watch
too.
it back,
But
he does do that, and it's like, and somebody asked him, and he's like, yeah,
oh
I forgot
wow.
what interview that was on,
Wow. I'm gonna go find it now while I'm getting
but it's like,
something.
the fuck, you've always been this dude.
We should have known.
No, you the one that told me that his brother don't even really fuck with him.
Nah, his brother love him, but he just be like, he be on his shit. That's what Omar said. He just be on some shit sometimes. But that's my brother. You feel me? But they don't be like seeing each other every like what you would think because they brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like that. Like they ain't hanging around each other every day. Omar give me more of the more sensible brother. You feel me? Like
He played the worst character. Well, not the worst character, but a very different, complex character.
exactly. He was the gangster, cuz you feel me? So, but in real life, it's flipped the opposite way. He the
Yep.
wild one, and
Like,
he the more sensible brother. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, now that we've gotten through what Doc has said, yo, it's nuts. Like, how is that even possible? Yo was a gangster and baby boy. Yo said yo ain't punch him right.
stand up, stand on line, stand on the line.
Oh, you got heart, cuz. Like, he played that nigga. And he the more sensible brother. It's insane. Yo said anyway, join the conversation. I promise you it's a fun conversation. Yo said, you got heart, cuz? Uh, join the conversation. It's a fun one. The number's 443-551-5963. 443-551-5963. Yeah. Text, call, drop a comment, whatever it is that you feel comfortable with doing, do it. But let's talk about it. Because Omar was a gangster. And baby boy, Bill said, preferably. No, like, what do you say? Like, shut up, nigga. Like, listen, I ain't gonna lie, he was one of my favorite characters in Baby Boy. I liked that character for him. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Gave me all the gangs in the world. How about when he tried? All right, let me just say this. This is one of my favorite parts. When he tried to sell the dress to the
Sell the
lady,
dress. Yeah.
and she was like, "What material?" He was like, "Bitch, I don't know."
Frustrated. Look, you gonna buy the dress or not?
She went, "What kind of material was it?" And I was thinking, whole time, yeah, probably some shit out. Bitch, you asking too much for me to be. I'm out here selling you a dress in the street.
Boosters.
And you want to know what material it's made out? Do I look like bitch? Listen, I know my fair share of boosters. My boosters was good though. They went to stores like fucking Nordstrom's and Saks Fifth Avenue type boosters.
He just didn't
But
have
I never
the
asked
salesman
them what
technique.
material anything was. I was just like, this, look here, this is what I want, this is what I need, and they bought it back.
But if you a salesman, you got to be a salesman.
I don't know the kind of boosters that be outside trying to sell it. I know boosters to get the list and bring it back. I know them kind. I guess East Coast boosters and West Coast boosters is different. Nah, cause I don't know. I mean, I'm saying East Coast up north East Coast because our boosters don't boost like they don't. They get the list and then they go get it and they bring it back. My kids need some school clothes.
All right, so
let me tell you how I go. My kids need some school clothes. So I got one boy, one girl. My boy wear such and such size. My daughter wear this size. My daughter like pink. She like a lot of pink. And I need them to fall to the winter. And then I come back in the spring. You feel me? And then they go to these stores, they grab what they gonna get in them sizes, and they bring it back. It's not the same. They don't be outside like I got this. They don't.
I think kind of the weird difference is in California, at least, a lot of, I'll be fair, a lot of the Asian population kind of have that lockdown. You know how back in the TV show The Wire, how the shipping and stuff?
I don't need to know how the TV show The Wire is. I love it, but okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
They have the inside connection because a lot of the products are made in China or whatnot. And I want a box or two to fall off because I know somebody's going to give me more money for me having to do
very
retail.
aware. I live in Baltimore. I'm very aware how that system works.
Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing, but it's more of the, in my opinion,
is our boosters don't go to the containers. Our
yeah,
boosters go to the
that's kind of the
store,
difference.
grab the shit that you requested and bring it back. They don't do that. Like that's why I'm saying it's a difference. Because they not going to no shipping containers because one is by me being from Baltimore, I can tell you, you don't know what's in what shipping container and when, what, where, and who.
But that was
and the mob ain't like mobbing like it used to be with everybody, people who paid attention to that type of shit. So that's not how that goes here. You feel me? So that's why I said this. Our boosters are different because over there you might get some shit like a truck pull up, you go in there and get what you want to get and get off. But over here, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it's a difference. Because that's not how nobody goes to the pier and grabs anything off of date. It's too many fucking cameras. That's the last place you want to go to try to steal some shit at this point in time.
Okay. I mean,
watching that shit heavy. And ever since that fucking ship crashed into the bridge, it's extra tight over that bitch. No, that's not what happens here. That's not what happens here. And I'm telling you, as a Baltimorean. That's not how it goes here. Like, don't let the wire get y'all fucked up. That's really not how it goes. Nobody goes to no shipping container.
I know we drifted into a different conversation, but it was the same thing in the Bay Area. They call it run out, but it's the same thing. They hit up the Louis store, they hit up the Chanel store, they
Right.
boom and run
Like
out.
I
And
said,
then
it's still different because it's your clientele. It's your clientele. Like I said here, my kids have to go back to school. My son wears my daughter wears they go get it and they bring it back. It's no, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same.
yeah,
It's not the same. So
it
that's
ain't where
just
you're
what
from,
it
it's where
is.
you're at. So I can respect that.
And it's not the same. Everybody got a hood, but all the hoods don't operate the same way.
True.
You feel me? So I'll say that. But not that I'm knocking how they do it out there, because I would love to walk up on the booster like, oh, that's a cute $40. Yeah, I would love. I would. I would love to, but that's not how boosters operate here. Um, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's time for me to get into some things. It's gonna be a little quick tonight because I don't have my soundboard right now, which is I got a tip for that too though, for when this happens again. This will not happen again. But anyway, um, join the conversation. If you want to hit us up for any reason at all, contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Or you can hit us up at ambitiouslythepodcast at gmail.com. Ambitiouslythepodcast at gmail.com. Check out our website, something over there for everybody, and join our coffee community. So we can have salacious, titillating, and taboo conversations, and I can say shit and fuck whenever the fuck I feel like it. I don't know how else to explain that. I just don't like censorship. I am a cussing pastor. I want to cuss. Um, like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. We need every like, every share, every subscription that we can get. The more, the merrier. Much love to DJ Lucchese, the man that kills them turntables every time. Anyway, and let us know how you feel about our Friday mixes. We would like to know. Not too much on my DJ though, because I will fight. I got his back. That's my homie from way back when. I got his back. I will fight you behind him. Don't play with him. Go DJ, cause that's my DJ. Go DJ, cause that's my. Don't play with him. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I ain't even got on the screen, but I have permission to play any music video that I've ever played on this podcast, right? I wouldn't play it if I didn't have permission. Um, so therefore, I'm not taking your request. And my DJ does what my DJ does. If you would know that if you came on a Friday, so therefore you wouldn't want to make a request because you just would want to catch his vibe. You would want to pour something, roll something, light something, sip something. But what you wouldn't want to be doing is getting in his business and getting on his nerves. So no, we don't take requests. Call it rude, call it what you want. This is what we do not do over here, okay? We just don't do it. Sorry. Now it's time for the sermon. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. All I'm missing is my rag.
I was about to say something like uniform with the rag. Is the choir behind you sitting or standing?
They sitting right now. I'm gonna bring them to your rise in a minute. I'm gonna start tonight's sermon off by saying, mind your business.
Mm.
Everybody's business is not your business.
Mm.
Except for on Media Mondays, where I tell you everybody's business, because I'm nosy and I'll be wanting y'all to be nosy with me. Because it's fun. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The tap in, I try not to tell people's business, but when the truth comes to the spirit, the truth comes.
Well,
So I have to let it be known. I have to shout it out to the congregation.
all the time.
God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time, God is good.
Amen. Hallelujah. Now the wiretap, if you ain't paid attention tonight, I'm telling business. Because you shouldn't be a foul, depraved, sinister, heinous, disgusting, stupid, idiotic, dumbass of an individual. You shouldn't be diabolical. Obviously, in covering this footage that we covered today, it's some diabolical people out here in the world. And I just say stay away from it. They heinous. Doc, you got some more to add to the sermon? I got it.
I'm just gonna say, don't be perverted, don't be menacing, don't be malicious, don't be dark, and my favorite one, don't be insidious. Honesty is the best policy. And if you have your things you like, share it with the person you like, and then y'all can see if it could be anything can be worked out. But if no is no, no means no.
And don't be kidnapping people.
Wait, what?
Don't be kidnapping people.
Oh, hell no. Don't get nobody.
That's part of the charges that he got going on right now. Anyway, back to the sermon. But if you are any of those things, and you have a court case, and I can pull it, I will be reading it with my partner in good over here. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
We read it.
I notice how you doing the preacher hand too, though, by the way.
We reading it. Sister, pass the collection plate. We reading it. We reading it.
Look, as no, I'm about to make a joke.
You the deacon of the church. What?
No, I want to say, as Deacon Doc, y'all understand we have a building fund.
We trying to build the gymnasium for the kids. Hallelujah. Okay. White and Wire is basically our business, but we don't be having too much to be saying too much. We just, it's whatever we say. Cattails, though. It gets uglier and uglier every day that I say this. It's like it adds more. It's more is added on because people are dumbasses and don't realize, like, oh wait, she runs her mouth on the podcast 4 days a week, and she talking about adding the fifth day with the pre-recorded series. Why do I keep fucking with her? Why do I keep bothering her? Maybe I should leave her the fuck alone.
Is this some real time shit that's going on?
But no, they keep going, and it's like, okay, you do know that you're adding.
That's what I was saying. Is this some real time, and like in real time, in real life, right now, at the moment, that new stories, new chapters, new tales.
I should write a book. I think all of this is going to add up to a book. But anyway, stop fucking with me so you don't get added to this book. So you won't be another character. And then my recommendation with that is, if by chance a story does happen to come up on this here podcast, and it sounds familiar because it applies, you were part of the story, don't say anything. Because I didn't say your name. I changed the names in the story. The only way they're going to know it's you is if you got something to say. And what you said, Doc?
Hey, dogs holler.
Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. But other than that, mind your business. It's a good way to live your life. It is. I got you, though. I'm going to give you your dose of nosy. You just need to understand where you should be nosy, where you should not be nosy at. Love your babies. Hug your babies. Tell your babies they are phenomenal. Tell them babies that they are the GOAT, the greatest of all times. They need that encouragement. I don't even care how old they get. They could be grown, they could be young, whatever. If they are your child, if you participated in the procreation of that said child, then what you should be doing is encouraging them and making sure that they understand at whatever age that they're fantastic, that they're phenomenal, and that they are the greatest of all time. It's your job. They didn't ask to be here. You brought them here because you wanted to be a harlot, a floozy, because you wanted to be perverted. You wanted to be hunching on each other, and a baby came out of it. Now do your job.
You hear me thinking about something real quick.
Nope, not tonight, Doc. We got trash to take out.
All right, go.
You want to be a harlot, a floozy, a fucking perverted minded male individual. You want to hunch on each other. Now you got a kid. Take care of your kid and do your kid right. If they want to work for NASA, tell them to be the best astronaut, engineer, receptionist, janitor, secretary, or whatever the hell else they do over there at NASA. I don't know. I ain't never worked there. What I do know is get yourself a telescope, not the kind you should be looking through your neighbor's windows with. I told y'all about that perverted way of life. Get you a good one. One, it might require a little bit of assembly, maybe a little bit, not much. It comes with scopes, beams, all kinds of stuff. And it also, if you get it from the right place, could come with an app. Go to National Geographic. They sell good ones. Put it together, go outside, discover some shit. You might discover an asteroid, a comet. Miss me with the meteor, but maybe a meteor. Maybe you can tell everybody the meteor is coming. I don't know. Maybe a planet that's not a planet no more, but I don't give a fuck what they say. It's still a planet to me. Fuck you and your star theory. Still a planet to me because I had to fucking make the fucking solar system and I had to find that as a planet. So it's a planet, bitches. Maybe even a UFO. Remember my saying, do not refer me. I don't need the referral. I don't want to be beamed up, Scotty, and I don't want to be probed. Handle your business, come back, give it a couple days, and holler at me. I'ma believe you, but just don't refer me. I don't want to be probed next. Keep that to yourself. I don't want to be probed. Um, if they want to work for NASCAR, tell them you're the best NASCAR driver, pit boss, pit crew member, commentator, engineer, whatever the hell else they do over the NASCAR. I never worked there either, but what I do know is that they have a need for speed, and at one point in time, the muscle car was life, and in my opinion, the muscle car will always be life. I feel like I would be one of them chicks with the handkerchiefs, like, you feel me, in the race. I just feel that. I thought I feel that. Muscle cars explains a lot about my addiction. But whatever the case may be, whatever it is that they want to do, encourage them to be great at it. Have their backs. It's all you have to do. And they'll be great. I hate doing this without my sound, but I gotta do it. Stay in your lane. My lane, your lane, not the same. Your lane is over there, my lane is over here. Stay in yours. Didn't ask you. But you just want to stay in your fucking lane. You jump in my lane, you're going to get something that you do not want. And I wish I had the sound right now, but I don't. But you're going to get something that you do not want. She is not nice. She is not kind. She is not sweet. She is vicious. One could even say she is kind of diabolical. But you don't want her. You don't want her. You want the nice, Meek, mild cat. You want the cat that's like, yeah. You want the cat that's gonna say, "Hey, you big purr bitches," and then purr. What you don't want is for cat to start roaring because it gets ugly. Oh, it gets ugly. And plus, what usually happens when you jump into other people's lanes is a collision. We don't need that. I don't need that for me. I don't need that for Doc. I don't need that for you. We don't need that for we. So just stay in front. Everything's copacetic that way. Everything's lovely, peachy keen, a field full of flowers. We're running through it, frolicking. But if you in my lane, minding my business, then we're not frolicking now, are we? Mm, mm. Pick and choose your battles wisely. If you chose to be in my lane, you did not choose wisely, because that's a war you're going to lose. It's not a battle. Pick and choose your battles wisely. Every battle is not a battle for you to fight. I keep talking about this dude, but as long as the lawsuit is active, I'm going to continue to talk about him. Don't follow in his footsteps. Don't be a petty boots. Don't be a baby Caligula. Don't be a little boots. Don't be a giant. Okay? Plus, it's been proven time and time and time and time again that he's a liar. He lied. I studied hip hop. No, you didn't, because if you study hip hop, then you would know that Mobb Deep said it a long time ago that there is a war going on outside and that no man is safe from it, not even you, petty boots. They said, baby Caligula, you could run, but you can't hide forever in these streets that we done took. They said, little boots, that you are walking with your head down, which you should at this point be doing. Scared to look. Say, Drake, you shook. There ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Mama say, Mama say, Mama Michael, sorry, because I almost did keep going with the song just now. I'm sorry. He lied. He's a liar. And y'all know how I feel about liars. He lied. He ain't study shit. Worry about the war. Fuck the battle. See what kind of trouble worrying about a battle got him into. It wrote him a check that his ass can't cash. That's what it did. Now look, everybody in the world calling you a minor. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave it alone. But what my recommendation with that is, be you. Be authentically you. Be amazingly you. Just be who you are. Now, even if they tell you that they don't like the way that you walk, the way that you talk, or the way that you dress, there's some things that you can. One thing that you out of them three that you can take care of, which is the fake ass accents. The other two things is just like, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? This is how I walk. And yeah, I might dress like a weirdo, but this is what I like. So fuck you. But you can work on the talking thing because yeah, that's a little weird. Um, but yeah, still be you anyway, babe. Remember, what they eat does not make you shit. Fuck that movie. Um, but in real life, what they eat don't make you shit. Um, you can't make other people happy. You can add to their happiness, but you can never really make anybody happy. Happiness starts with them. Once you got that, then you can add to their happiness. Now, if they are just dead set on being miserable, then what I recommend, you want to do what you want, but what I recommend is that you say, fuck them. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to be somebody miserable as company. I don't do well in misery. It doesn't work well for me. Stay your miserable ass over there alone or find somebody who likes to be miserable too. That's what I recommend for you. But don't bring that misery shit over here. The fuck? Ugh. Um, yeah, I'm not doing misery with you. Fuck you. Um, you came in this world by yourself, you're gonna leave by yourself. Even if you are a twin, just take sinners. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But one dies and one stays alive forever. And what the fuck? Who wants that? Um, and they got separated, basically. My concept, even if you are a twin. And I was saying that before Sinners came out. Crazy part. Crazy part. Crazy. Listen, no matter how you try to fix the problem, they'll find something else to nitpick about. So, fuck them. Right? And dream big, dream so big that your dreams exceed the universe. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, that's bullshit. Don't do that. Find something more practical to do. Fuck all that shit. You do what it is that you need to do. Dream big. And then once you realize and visualize the dream, put a plan together. Now, that's not to say that everything is gonna go well with your plan, but it is to say you got a guidebook, so to speak. You got that. Once you got that, execute. And you don't gotta rub it on nobody's face because they gonna see it anyway. Fuck them. That baby, it's Wednesday. I'm sorry, I found insurance card. It's Wednesday. We need to get to the things that we get to on a Wednesday night.
Take the trash out.
Yeah, chores. Our late night chores. I want to
Never
thank
ending.
you for. I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me as usual.
Per usual. Big purr. Purr, purr, purr.
Really, her.
Purr, purr, purr. But be safe while you outside because you know it's getting warmer outside. The animals start coming out. I know here the raccoons feel like it's restaurant time. Foxes too. They be doing some shit. And I don't know what that little fat nigga. I swear it's a groundhog, but the little fat nigga can move. He fast.
This shit is funny. Nah, mostly for me, I'm just the bugs right now. Mosquitoes are popping up a lot more.
Yeah,
The frog. It rained today, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So the frogs,
they outside.
yeah, the
I
frogs and
experienced them
mosquitoes,
too.
and the spiders too. Spiders too.
Garden snakes, they outside.
I haven't seen a snake yet this year.
I have.
Already for real? Up north?
Yeah, and we get them all the time. And my mother wouldn't let me kill it. I was so mad. Like, I'm gonna kill that nigga. Listen, I don't play about snakes. I haven't played.
Garden snakes are good though. Garden snakes are good. They kill anything else.
Listen, I was 3 years old. My mother took me to McDonald's. We walking back from McDonald's. I dropped my fucking food because it was a garden snake going across the street. And I said, snake! And I ran. I ran all the way home. I left my food. My mother was like, wait. I don't give a fuck what you say about any kind of snake. No snake is good in my opinion. I don't like snakes.
All right. Well, all right. Respect.
So even garden snakes gotta go. Don't be around.
Garden snakes kill like everything else. But all right, look, if we don't find compromise on this, I respect it at least.
I'll get a ferret. But no, I don't do snakes. Yeah. Because my only issue.
I know we need to end. I'm sorry. I just have to make this last thing.
I want to die is field mice. Ferrets eat those. So yeah, I'll get a ferret. I'm good. I don't care about bugs. I'm not really tripping off of that. I don't do snakes. Anyway, we got
one last thing. I'm sorry.
We got stuff to do this evening.
I have one last thing to say, if I can say it.
What?
Yesterday, when the artist was Kid Cudi, you said rat-a-tat, you called it ratatouille. You know what you just made me my trigger?
What?
Ricky Tikki Tavi, the mongoose that killed the snake.
Oh shit.
Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Let's go. Good night. We gotta take out the trash.
We got trash to take out, and I got school to prepare for tomorrow because I know I'm first. We love y'all. Be safe. Stay out of trouble. And good night. Good night. We gotta go. We gotta get up out of here. Y'all, I make up another song every time we do this show. I gotta stop this shit. It's out of control. Like, I don't know who I am just making up songs. Anyway, good night. Bye, y'all.
Oh,